Okay, whoops, sorry, y'all. Forgot to focus first. Okay, continuing on. I'm going to finish gluing this end on, and then we'll go to the doily. So, should I tell my doctor I did this to my little barbells or weightlifting thingies, or do I just smile and nod my head and just say, yes ma'am, I'm exercising? Okay, let's snip these off. I am so thankful that the hurricane that has just passed off the eastern seaboard here is gone. And I haven't seen a lot of the news, but it looks like there was a lot of damage. It looks like there were instances of loss of life, and my heart goes out to all of those people, all of you who have been affected by it. A number of the craft community have been affected by it as well. And I hope y'all know that there were many of us who prayed for y'all during that time. Certain of us know certain people in the vicinity of where they live. And so we know to be worried about our friends that are in harm's way, so to speak. And I prayed for y'all. Those of you who I knew of that lived in Florida or along the coast there, I prayed for y'all. And so I hope everybody's okay. The next thing was to put these little doilies on. I had to dig quite a bit to locate something that would work. So this is just it had 4 of these shapes on it and this little star shape in the middle, and it was a doily piece. I don't know where I got it, but anyway, it ended up working out perfectly for this. So the next thing I'm going to do is on these ends, center and glue down the doilies. And again, I'm using that same method of going back and forth and trying to get it even. What I do on one side, I turn around and do on the other side. Trying to get the center of all those. And then with the parts that are left over, I put the left one down and put the right one over it, is how I did it, just so it'll make a fold. And I just kind of glued those down to fix them down there. And I did that all the way around. I've been pretty chatty today. Sorry about that. That's not really usual for me. I know I'd like to talk, but not that much. I've been very excited to see some of the things that y'all have done with the portfolio idea. V Lavender, Miss Violet, she made a pretty one. I need to check hers out. Okay, there's that side. Do the same on this end. And again, more glue. It is finally starting to turn fall colors out here. I am so excited. Every day, first thing I do is look out the window at the mountains across the valley from us and see if there's been any change. And today, it's been a lot cooler this last couple days. And we've had a cold front come through. And already I can see color changes. It's going to be gorgeous. I hope all the leaves will change and be pretty and not just fall off the trees. Last year was our very first fall in the mountains here, the Smoky Mountains, and we were in awe. I mean, we had seen the calendars, you know what I mean, about beautiful fall colors and foliage and all. But never with my own eyes have I ever witnessed it. And it was magnificent. And so I will be a fan forever of fall. I think that's going to be my very favorite season of the year. Although spring was gorgeous too, but I love the colors of fall. I cannot take my eyes off the colors. It's just incredible. Every new tree, every time I get in the car and go somewhere, the truck, and go somewhere, I notice the new trees. Well, they're not new, but the new foliage, the colors on the trees. It just is amazing. If you ever get the opportunity to be in the mountains in the fall, do so, because you won't forget it. It's just beautiful. Okay, we have finally gotten the ends of those done. The next thing I did was I took, not those, why is that sitting there? Because I don't have to match, it doesn't have to be that way, but because that's what I was thinking, I am going to do that. Well, that's got a stain on it. Huh. I'll use it anyway. Since it's for barbells, I'll just use that on this one. Anyway, I'm using these little appliques of these little hearts. And I'm just going to tack those on the ends. I figure if I wear out any of this, which is highly unlikely, I can, it starts coming off or something, I can always re-glue it. So I'm not worried about wearing it out. And if I never use it again, it's going to be a real pretty door jam holder, whatever you call those. So I already have other plans for these. And hey, if you like exercising with things like this, change them up. Do a different color ribbon maybe for different weights. Okay, there's that part. Next, I'm going to go ahead and do the last round or two of the handle, this part. The more I held it and thought about breaking a sweat, with this, your hands are going to get kind of gross. The more I thought, yeah, I think this material here, this plastic stuff here, is going to be just fine for that. That's a little wide. I think it's going to be just fine. And you know what? If it's not, I can easily peel it off and put something else on there. And so that's what this is where I'm going to start though. And that is still too wide. I do want them to be very similar, so. Yeah, that's more like it. I'm going to start right here on this little seam from the felt. Take it on around. And this time around the edges as well. So all along in here, I'm also going to adhere it. Because this part I do want to stay tacked down as long as possible. Because what good is a doorstop if the thing's coming on? Seriously, if I ever just don't use these anymore, I can easily put something around the middle to make it look nicer. Right. And use it as a doorstop. Now I'm going to come around another time and probably just use up this whole strip. And that way the color doesn't show all the way through from that turquoise from the inside. And it's giving me enough layers of this plastic stuff in here to not only give it some softness when I hold it, but I think it's going to give my hand a little air circulation down in there. And I guess who doesn't want that if you're exercising? Huh? Now, feel free to do whatever with this idea. If you think there's no way I'll ever do that, but you know, I do have a doorstop that needs decorating. You know, there you go. Think outside the box. I know this is definitely outside the box. And I'm just going to close it off with a little bit right along there. The last thing is to decorate this thing with something pink. In my case, I'm using seam binding, the Hug Snug seam binding. Whew! Got glue all over me that time. I don't want these in my seam binding, so I'm going to get these out of the way. Oh, I have to stand up and reach. Excuse me, y'all. I am pulling my seam binding ribbon off of my holder, my ribbon holder. And that's what the noise was. And then I'm going to get a... Oh, this one. I have a number of long needles. Some are tapestry needles and some are darning needles. But this one has a blunt end on it. And so that's the one I'm going to use right now. Plus it has a large eye. I'm going to put the ribbon through the eye. I'm going to fold the ribbon in half lengthwise. And then I'm going to put it between my finger, using the eye of the needle to hold it flat. I'll put it between my thumb and my first finger and squeeze tight. Then when it starts to come up, I'm going to put the eye of the needle right over it, and it's threaded. To me, that's the easiest and most simple way to thread anything. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to find a spot in here, and how I did it on this was to just go under and over, all the way around, in between these. So that one I definitely want to go under, and that one over, a little bit for a bow. And unfortunately, I know that I got glue on a few of these, like that one I see. And so I've got to work my way, either redoing what I just did, because that really is firmly placed. So let's just redo that one. Go over that one and under this one. And now I just go over the one that's glued down. And then I just hold the ribbon flat. And there's some more glue. Great. But I hold the ribbon flat as I work this through. And let's see how this works. Well, I'm going to leave it. Box fell over. And after I have woven the ribbon all the way around, this is, to me, a bow this way is tricky because you have to tie it on the project. And I'm not a very good bow maker, like Michelle is. And so this is kind of a hit and miss for me as to whether or not it's going to actually turn out. But what I have decided and done, I'll show you. Okay, I'll pull a little bit more of that out. I've got it all the way around, going under, over, under, over. So I'm going to tie a knot, a full knot, so that it will stay. Now with my two ends, I'm going to make, I don't know if y'all ever taught your little children to tie a bow this way, to tie their shoes. But at one point I showed my sons to make bunny ears and then to do, you know, cross the bunny ears and then put it through the hole at the bottom. And sometimes when you're not on camera, it'll work. Every time you are on camera, it will not work. That is what I am finding out right now. But if I do it this way, there it goes. I can flip my bow and it will, with a little bit of pulling back and forth, I'm holding the middle of it. I can generally get a halfway decent looking bow this way. Okay. Now these have 3 loops on them, on this one. And they are about that length. So I'm going to pull tightly at that point, and I'm going to glue, yes, I'm going to put a dot of glue over that on the top and a little underneath it to hold that in place, because I'm going to do the same thing 2 more times. Maybe. I may just do 2 on this one because I didn't leave enough And just manipulate it back and forth until it looks decent and the right size. I'm only going to be able to do 2 on this one, and I've already glued it, so I'm stuck where I'm at, so I am just going to leave it how it is here. I did 3 on the previous one. Still trying to get this tight down here. Maybe I need to just do it there. Okay. And I'm going to end it by, again, putting a little bit of glue over that knot on the top side and the bottom side, because I don't want that to come undone with all my exercising. And then I'm using a tiny little piece of cut apart lace, just a little teeny piece. I'm just going to wrap it around the outside of the bow in the middle and tack that there just to kind of finish that off a little, make it prettier. I don't need bling on here. I'd hate to, you know, drop this or something and it land on my head right where the bling was and crack my skull open. You can just hear the emergency room doctor. What'd you do? I dropped my barbell with my bling and I hurt myself. I was exercising for my doctor with my bedazzled weight set. Okay, there. And that's basically all I did to finish it off. So we'll do the other side and be done. And uh-oh, that means I have to start exercising, doesn't it? I hope that was enough. That's probably not going to be enough. Well, you get the idea. So, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all that's it. After I get some more ribbon out, I will finish this other end. But, might as well do it. But that's the idea. And I hope if y'all do this, I'll be shocked. If y'all do this same project, I'll really be shocked. But I hope you think outside the box and try things that are different. Because when y'all come up with fun stuff like this, I like watching. I really do. I like seeing the whole process too. And I like hearing y'all talk. And Michelle is one of my very favorites, to hear her talk and all that. We love listening to Michelle chat. So, anyway, this is what I've been doing lately. I hope to be back soon with some videos showing y'all my planner. Hopefully the new one that I bought will be here soon, and I can unbox it for y'all. Show you from the beginning how I use it. There is a lot of information regarding planners on the internet, on YouTube, on blogs, but I still go back to the same people that I did when I very first started it. Oh, you know what? I need to make sure these are on the same side. Do it this way. And they are still doing their planners and giving information. You can do a planner for almost nothing. Yes, you really can. You do not have to have all of the stuff that everybody has to do a planner. You can do a planner in a notebook that you got at the Walmart for 10 cents during the beginning of school. You know, it's just how your brain works. If you need to organize a certain way, it's just how you can keep up with with what you have in your own life. Everybody is different, as we all know, and nobody is right and nobody's wrong. Let's just say nobody's wrong in how they do things. And so if you think a certain way and I don't, there's nothing wrong with that. So it's a wide open type of thing, just like our crafting is. Whatever we do in our own craft room, if you make something that I would never make, well, so what? It's not me sitting there doing it, it's you. Same thing with me. If I'm sitting here doing something and you just don't like it, click off, no big deal. I'll do the same. But I'm anxious to see what new stuff y'all come up with, because y'all all see the world differently than I do. I may see certain things that y'all don't, and that is fun, because I can walk by the same thing that you walk by and see it totally different, and that's pretty cool. Ooh. Okay, where's Michelle when you need her? She would make this look gorgeous in no time. Maybe I need to twist it that direction. Okay, that one did it. I want to dab a spot of glue. Make another loop. Even it out. Well, I'm obviously doing something wrong. There. That's how. Put your finger through there as I pull. Aha! Okay, see, I just learned something. I'm only doing 2 loops on this one. Do not want that to go anywhere. Phew, that was hot. Put my little piece through here, this direction. That's a little shorter. Well, they may not be exactly even or perfect, but they will certainly do for what I'm going to be able to do with them. Okay, doctor, how do you like me now? I now have pretties to play with. Okay, I hope y'all enjoyed it. It's something different. It's something kind of silly, but it serves a purpose, because think outside the box. When you are walking through the stores, walking through the house, think outside the box. What needs to be done? What are you needing to utilize? What just needs something pretty on it? That's a lot of my thoughts. I also have an idea coming up to make a holder just like the portfolio. Same idea, but one to carry with me in my car. That will be next, in fact. I will be doing that. So, hopefully today. And if not today, hopefully tomorrow. But that will be the next thing I want to show and share, is how I come up with something, a folder portfolio for my car. So, I hope y'all enjoyed it. Thank y'all for bearing with me. The ending of that just got a little too much, and I should have ended it sooner, but I didn't. So, anyway, Y'all take care. Have a wonderful week, and I hope your Columbus Day is going great. Bye bye.